Okay, so this is question 20. This is from the SAT number 9, April 2017. And let's jump in. So 20 says, which statement best exemplifies the distinction made by correlation C in the figure? And so we go back up to the figure. If you've been following along, we know that we have these different correlations that exist here, A, B, and C. And we're really looking for how are we supposed to characterize, right? Basically, kind of explain and choose a scenario that would illustrate what C is measuring, right? What the correlation for C is. So C says that it's measuring the correlation between individuals' predictions of how others perceive them and actual perception of those individuals by others. So the correlation between individuals' predictions of how others perceive them and actual perception of those individuals by others. So this is basically if somebody was to make a prediction about how other people feel them. So I think that most people would view me as being a good friend, right? Being trustworthy. And then it's comparing that to the way that the actual perception of those individuals. So basically comparing how much I think that people will find me trustworthy versus how trustworthy actual people find me. Or let's just say how handsome, how beautiful I think I am versus how beautiful other people think that I am, right? And we can put that correlation together. So then we're going to look for 20 through the answer choices for 20, and really what we're going to look for, we can already start to see are these different scenarios with Sally, 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 Sally. I don't know if I ever met anybody really named Sally. I don't know what happened. What happened to that name? Google Trends. Let's check it out. Okay, relax. So we got to figure out basically in which scenario here is going to illustrate or exemplify this distinction made. Again, the distinction made is between the way that I think other people will see me versus how other people actually see me. So A says, Sally believes she is outgoing, but thinks that others will describe her as reserved. So this is the distinction between how she thinks about herself. Like, I think I'm outgoing, but I think that other people will think I'm not outgoing, right? I think I'm an introvert, but other people might think that I'm so-and-so. So this is not the right distinction because this is more of a distinction between her understanding of herself and her prediction of how others will view her. That's like, I think correlation A will match that one. You can check that out. B says Sally expects that others will say she is outgoing, but many describe her as reserved. This is her basically saying, I think that people will see me as outgoing, but people actually think that she's reserved. So this does match the correlation for C that we found, where it's a distinction between an individual's predictions of how others will see them versus how the actual prediction, the actual way that those people understand them. So B would work. C says Sally has been told that she is outgoing, but only by people with whom she is well acquainted. This doesn't really work for any of the correlations or distinctions that we are looking at in the passage, where basically people are telling you one thing, basically describing how other people view you and making distinctions between those who are well acquainted, etc. It's not about that. These are about predictions and then the actual measurements. So C is not going to be right. D says that Sally is outgoing with those whom she is well acquainted, but reserved around new acquaintances. This is also not really matching any of the correlations we see. What this is really talking about is behaving differently in different scenarios, not about your predictions or your self-perception. So D is going to be wrong as well, which is going to leave us with answer choice. I just want to put a circle around it, a nice green circle. Answer choice B for question 20.